All right. Hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So the 8th year Spirit Bomb LR EZAs are live. And I wanted to, I am going to get to doing all the showcases and such. But as you could probably tell from the title here, and I guess we'll see how it goes. But I um I figure we could do something a little fun here, right? To celebrate some real big stackers like these guys, and the fact that I still have not cleared the superclass mission for Festival of Battles. I figure I'm just gonna, for the very first time using these guys, and we'll see how it goes. For the very first time using them, I'm gonna jump into that Festival of Battle mission, and we'll test it out. But I do sincerely believe, and we'll see, I could be wrong, the damage these spirit bombs are going to do, both of them, is going to be so crazy that, I mean, they're just going to practically solo carry the fight towards the end. I could be wrong about that. I don't know for sure. I haven't done any of the other stuff just yet. I literally farmed out their EZAs, and we're jumping into this now. I don't even... How far down is Festival? Okay, here it is. Yeah, so there's a super class mission once again. Super int, super strength, super physical. And this is the team we're going to be rocking here. Let me get to it. There we go. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, obviously Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, they're not stackers. Neither is Trunks. However, I believe all three of them, I mean, given that they all have damage reduction and guard, and provided, we're consistently getting up the sort of Vegeta Trunks phase 2 support, as well as their, the SA phase stacks, I feel like this should go very well. And I want to try this specifically too, because I feel like my big problem with Festival is I'm someone who likes stacking characters, but I feel like every time I jump into this event, I just I don't know, I never feel like no matter what I do, no matter what character I have on what rotation, and I try my best to like give them certain turns for like varying defense stacking if it's like Tech Vegeta or something, or offense stacking. I feel like I just never, some characters never get enough stacks, and it always screws me over. I feel like with something like this, that won't be a concern, but I could be wrong. But we'll have to see how this goes. Either way, let's jump in here. I am very excited to try out the Spirit Bombs. Although, okay, we're not going to do this, man. I swear, if it's going to make me fight it, that is going to be so extremely annoying. Now, this would probably... I mean, my team would have to be a little different, of course, because I wouldn't be able to stack defense, but this would probably be, I would say, a lot better, I guess, if I had my own Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Unfortunately, I do not. I'm in the Boo Duo. I guess it's whatever. Let's just jump in here. We'll get to see them anyway, and just to turn here, so. Because these early phases go so fast.
Trunks, you think this is the end? Think about the next fight, or think about your pride. Saiyan blood flows in your veins. If you're my son, as you claim, then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone. I will get stronger. Stronger than the enemy, and stronger than you.
Oh, really? Yeah, they're... I guess I've played both their intros today. Oh, you know what? I was using both of these guys for the EZAs. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I was going to say, I do not recall using them just yet. Alright, well, once again, I mean, we'll see how this goes. I'm so excited. I mean, the 8th years, they seem so crazy. In particular, the Z Duo, their Spirit Bomb, I just... It looks so insane. Like, I was genuinely so surprised that they're like, oh yeah, let's just give them, like, more attack. Like, and even, like, a separate phase of attack. Like, I'm expecting big things from these guys. But, at the same time, I do need to make sure to get a lot of orbs. And that's sort of why I wanted to bring Trunks, right? Because he does guarantee changing int key spheres into rainbow, so that way at least I have a consistent rainbow orb changer. And I'm going to have to try and, of course, as we progress through, pay very close attention to that, because I do believe, I mean, the rainbow orbs, even outside of the, the sort of spirit bomb, I feel like we're really going to need them. Okay, so, oh wait, what is, oh, that's it? That's a little boring. They just, like, stance up. I was hoping for a bit more from that. Okay, well, I would like to put them in slot 1. Obviously. I mean, I am using them for the first time, but I do think, obviously, it's also very, very necessary that I get every single individual Vegeta Trunks stack as possible. Right? Because if you don't stack these guys up, I mean, it's very rough. So, I mean, we may honestly not even get to see Goku and Vegeta get... Oh, well, hold on. I was going to say, we might not really get to see them going here for a couple of turns here, but... I mean, if Vegeta and Trunks want to, fuck around, then... Yeah, okay, we'll get one super. 29.1 for the first one here. Now, keep in mind... Oh, this is actually kind of... Shit. Wait, so that means I wasted my guaranteed additional, didn't I? That's actually kind of unfortunate. I wasn't even considering that. Because they get the guaranteed additional with 24 key, but it's only once only, so I think we just sort of wasted it there, unfortunately. Well, that really sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, these guys, I just feel like they're going to be so insane. And, I mean, once we get... I mean, very late into this, of course. I really do anticipate, once again, those spirit bombs. They're going to be so crazy. Especially the fact with the Vegeta Trunkses that we're stacking the SA phase attack. I mean, for the Buu duo, I will admit, I'm a little concerned that I'm going to do too much damage, right? Because there's actually... Now, I don't know if, they've fixed this or what the deal is. I would presume it would be something that take a little bit of effort to, like, sort of quote-unquote fix. But at least from what I've seen, others seem to suggest that it would be extremely simple for Dokkan to just switch the game over from 32-bit to 64, which would, sort of alleviate the issue of... And which, by the way, I have encountered before, although it's only once, right? Or, well, I guess technically twice. So, STR Zamasu, I went so high above the integer cap that it overflowed and it broke, and I hit for 0. Right, with Manga Gohan, I actually hit the cap itself, so I'm not sure, like, how much more damage I did than the cap with Zamasu, but I saw different things with those characters, right? But yeah, the integer cap, I really do feel that it could be an issue, and once again, I mean, we'll have to see if it does end up being one or not. But, of course, you don't want to run into this scenario. They didn't get the super yet, unfortunately. You don't want to run into the scenario where we, like, charge up the Spirit Bomb, like, so much, and then we, like, hit Vegito at the end, and then it does 0 damage, and it's like, well, now I lose, right? Like, I feel like that very well may be something that happens, which would really suck. I mean, it'd be cool to see, like, without, like, items or, like, a domain or whatever, the fact that we could hit that high. Support memory, none of that stuff, but I certainly would not like to, quote-unquote, waste the attempt, right? I mean, it'd be good to see. It'd be fun to see. But still, I do not want to have to see that, right? So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't think... I don't know. I'm really curious to see what the GT duo here. Once we can start consistently, because once again, I mean, that is the thing with Festival of Battles. These early phases are just like they're like fucking nothing, right? So it's gonna take several turns. I mean, it's probably not gonna be until you know, turn 15 or something, where we're actually able to start consistently, or rather more consistently at least, seeing these guys get their stacks. Which, I mean, it does suck that we're gonna have to wait a bit. Once again, I mean, they're sort of inspiring me jumping in here, but, and I do believe 30.4. I do believe they are going to be, you know, the sole reason. I mean, obviously, Vegeta Trunk stacks are insane, but what they're going to be able to do towards the end, I feel like is going to be the reason that I win. Now, I will say, on that note, I'm actually a little unsure of how, like, I should, like, what is the best way to go about things. And what I mean by that is, rather unfortunately, I don't know, I still, I don't know, I just, I don't know who I should Spirit Bomb. That's what I'm trying to think about, right? Because the GT Duo, they don't have the guaranteed crit. Now, the Z Duo Spirit Bomb will do more damage overall. I don't have a question about that in my mind at all. I suppose technically, in a setting like this, I could be wrong, right? Where, I mean, once GT, Vegeta, and Goku start really, really going with their stacks, right? Maybe in that scenario, but for the most part, in most, even long content, just not something like this where it's, you know, 60 turns or something, the Z Duo Spirit Bomb will be better. 35.7 for their first one here. Although, keep in mind, I mean, with the Vegeta Trunk stacks, it does make things a little, you know, not necessarily correct in what they're actually going to be hitting for. All these KOs on these characters are so good, by the way. I really like them so much. I don't know, it feels crazy to be using these guys again. I don't know, because the thing is, I mean, 8th year was a very sort of, like, tame year for power creep. But, you know, 2023 was not a good year for Dokkan by any means, unfortunately. You know, that was the start of the dark times, right? Well, I feel like it actually started, I suppose, at the end of 2022, right? The New Year's Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo. I mean, the sort of specter that hanged over Dokkan all of 2023 with that. I mean, there were some highlights, of course. Like, I mean, the 23rd World Tournament, Golden Week, was insane. I really liked the Spirit Bomb LRs, although, I don't know, I feel like at the time I was... Nah, I really liked the Dokkan Fest. It was just, like, the part 2s were the ones that felt, like, so, like, weird. Right? Because everyone was like, oh, yeah, here we go. It's finally time for Omega and Kid Buu, and then, you know, I mean, we've had 2 Omegas since, although not that celebration, and we still haven't had Kid Buu, crazily enough. Like, I don't know, they're saving Kid Buu for a rainy day when they really need some income, I guess. I have no idea. Like, they have to, at this point, like, know how big of a meme it is. I feel like, you know, all we were ever asking for was an LR. Right, I feel like at this point, they're gonna drop him as, like, a Dokkan Fest LR or something, unironically. Like, I really can't see them having held on to him for as long as they have, and him being sort of, like, he will be, even for people that aren't, like, a Kid Buu fan, so long as they do his kit right, after we've waited so long for him, he will certainly be an extremely hype release, right? And especially, I mean, being that he's a Majin, I imagine they could do some fun things with him. And look at, like, Fat Buu with, like, Ghost Usher and Revive and all that fun stuff. Like, all the Boos, well, I say all. A significant portion of them have very fun, sort of, like, wacky abilities that I feel like they could make a really, really good kit with if they actually, you know, went all out with it. But, I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't even think he's coming this year. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I hope he's coming this year, but, like, I don't even know. Like, maybe they do, like, Namek and the end of Buu Saga for GDC, but then, like, what the hell would the theme be? Would it genuinely just be like Spirit Bombs? Like, I don't even... I don't know. Like, because, I mean, if he were TDC, which, I mean, a Carnival LR, I'd be fine with, so long as... I don't know, TDC in 2025, like, as good as 2025 Dokkan was overall, I mean, that is certainly, like, a very big stain I feel like everyone can agree on. Right? Even me, as much as I really, really like the Golden Frieza Gogeta card, they, I don't know, Dokkan did not do a very, very good job with that celebration, unfortunately. I mean, it is what it is, right? But, I don't know, I feel like TDC would be cool, but then I, go to wonder, like, who would the Dokkan Fest LR be? Like, I mean, I'd be fine with, like, an Ultimate Gohan or something. I think that could be cool, or... And, like, I don't think we're getting a Super Vegito, right? I mean, I suppose we could get a tag version of this very LR, right? But I don't know. I mean, I guess to be fair with like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they did sort of like reuse most of the, STR GT duo here, most of their sort of animation. So I guess they're not like against that, but it still feels a little weird to me personally. I don't know. We'll have to see, right? It's still quite a while off. I mean, we're still, although we're towards the end at this point, we're still in anniversary, right? I mean, although realistically, I mean, it is wrapping up in like, now to be fair, it does look like we're going to have an EX part, but I think like this sort of drop, and then I saw for whatever reason, so I guess the sort of like the refreshed Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battle stages, they changed, like they're not, they didn't drop tonight. They're dropping in like a week or something, apparently, according to like when the missions go live. So, which I find kind of odd, mind you, because that's roughly speaking when people were expecting, EX part, right? And I personally do really think there is going to be an EX part. Like I don't see them only dropping, Super EZA Blue Vegeta as good as he is, and then the EZA ROF, which are a very confusing character to rate, I would say. I don't see them finishing everything off with, like, just them. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Certainly possible. But I personally don't see it. Right? Realm of Gods, it needs more buffs. So I feel like they could very easily do some sort of, as the celebration ends, we could get, Super EZA It UI, Super EZA Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then maybe we move into a, Dokkan Fest TUR, I don't know, Frieza from the Tournament of Power, I guess. I mean, I suppose they could do that, and that could be their sort of justification to finally EZA the physical, like, Final Form Golden Frieza card, like they've been holding on to forever. I mean, they're clearly holding on to him for some purpose. Not that means he's going to be good, but clearly they have something planned for him. So, I mean, they're still holding on to him, but I feel like that would be a good excuse to get him out. So, maybe, hopefully, we'll have to see, of course, right? It's, once again, it's still a little bit off at this point. Like, we're not even, I mean, this stuff literally just dropped. Now, I will say on that note, once again, I mean, I haven't done any of the, like, sort of, quote-unquote, proper showcases just yet, which I am sort of trying my best. I mean, not that it's going to be, like, the biggest deal, because these stats are, I mean, it's Festival under Double Vegeta Trunks. They're going to get, like, really insanely inflated stats either way that aren't going to be even close to comparison with, like, the actual gameplay, but I am trying my best to not really pay too much attention to the actual stats here. I want to check on them every so often just to see. So that was a 37.4. But at least until we, like, really get going, this isn't going to be, like, honestly, they would be looking better already in, like the Gamma's fight or something than they are right now. I really do believe that. See, because we just got the standby, which is only 4 supers for these guys, right? Like it's going to take a while, right? I mean, we're actually, to be fair, I mean, we're getting to that point in the fight now, I suppose, where in turn 15, it's not like perfect from this point on, but it's going to. I feel like we're going to a lot more often, at least, be able to actually see them get some supers into some stacks in, which, of course, we're going to need. At least for the GT duo. I mean, for the Boo duo, like, their defense stacks will be nice and all, but, honestly, with them, oddly enough, like, what they're here for, I want to see, and I don't know if this will even be possible to really set up, but I think what I want to try, although this is why I was talking, like, I'm pretty concerned about this, because if it doesn't go correctly, then I'm just, like, straight up screwed. But, I was thinking, like, the GT duo, like, using their Spirit Bomb versus AGL Gogeta. I feel like that could be very nice, right? And then just trying to, like, one-shot Vegito with the Z duo Spirit Bomb or something like that. Like, I mean, I don't know that we would be able to, but it would certainly be very fun if we were able to. But once again, I do have reservations about that, because at the same time, I don't want to, and they were just, like, straight up, they were clearly very scared of the GT duo, right? I mean, the Z duo massively stacking on both the 18 and the 12 key, and then the GT duo, I mean, they stack by 70%, which is cool, right? But then, their sort of 12 key, I mean, they're only stacking by 50%. Now, that is still a massive upgrade, right? Pre-EZA, they both had 30% to their specific stack on the 12 key, and then 50% on the 18 key. So, I mean, if you put it in those sort of terms, just to make things clear, the Boo duo, right, they got a 70% overall increase. Or, not... just 70% added onto it, I suppose. Maybe not... I don't want to phrase it as, like, multiplication or something, but 70% added onto it, so it was 30% before, right? And then their 18 key got 50% added onto it. Whereas the GT duo here, with their SA effect, right, the 12 key got 20% added onto it, and the 18 key also had 20% added onto it. So, I mean, between that and the fact that, their Spirit Bomb doesn't, like, guaranteed crit, like, it seems like they were very, like, scared of them. And even outside of the guaranteed crit, I will say I do find it rather odd, personally, that for whatever reason, like, so they want to attack. Like, they have abilities for attacking, right? On the SA effect specifically, in the standby. But the Vegeta form, like, he just, even if you have that HP defensive buffer, like, he literally only has 100, it's 150% phase 1 defense, right? So, and that's it. No damage reduction, no guard, no dodge, literally, like, it's that in the SA effect. Like, he has no defense. He is meant to be a supporting character that dies, but there's so many AoEs in today's content that, honestly, I feel like what they should have done is, and they could have even done this for, like, a single turn or something, right? So, 1 turn from character entry turn, 100% damage reduction / and or dodge before attacking specifically. Alright, so you could put them in slot 1, guarantee get their buffs, and then, they'd still be insane. With the, I mean, they die, they'd still get the Spirit Bomb, right? So I don't know, I feel like that would have been a better way to go about things. It doesn't really matter getting this right now. But I guess they, for whatever reason, decided not to go that route, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, I mean, we'll see once we get later in here. I don't know, I hope I don't, like, go too fast and then, like, don't get enough Vegeta Trunks stacks, because that would really suck. But I honestly, Festival of Battles, like I figured like this specifically could be fun, especially because I have not yet cleared the Superclass mission. But I didn't really put too much thought into this. Like honestly, like if I lose, like I don't, I'll just like jump into this again on my own time, like, or rather not on my own time, but another time, so I can actually get into the proper showcases for these characters, right? It's not the biggest deal if I lose. I would prefer not losing, but like if I do, it's whatever. But I feel pretty confident in this, honestly. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to win, but I just, I don't know, maybe not like Trunks specifically, but I feel like as we continue to progress through here, as we get more and more and more SAFA's attack for both of the Diamond LRs, even though mine are only 55%, they are both on the 200%, which I suppose that is something else worth saying. Vegeta Trunks, obviously, they're only a 200% lead. Now, both 8 years are on their full 200%, which is pretty cool. But, I mean, this is a 400 instead of a 440. Right. Now, certainly, you do get a bit of an improvement for going, to double 220, obviously, but, like, it's not going to be, like, the biggest difference. Like, I don't know. For, like, the showcases, I mean, it sucks that I don't. Like, I suppose they could run them on double mini 4-2, but I feel like just with the Vegeta Trunks setup, it's going to be a lot better. Especially because, I mean, Vegeta and Trunks, I mean, they're giving the attack to the Z duo who need it, and they're giving the defense to the GT duo who need it. So as well as, in particular, actually, the Phase 2. That 30% Phase 2, I feel like is going to be extremely, extremely important for them. Genuinely. So, I don't know, I feel like it could actually end up being a little better running double Vegeta Trunks, although I don't know, I haven't really ran double Vegeta Trunks recently, but, I mean, maybe it'd be fun to try them out in, like, the Gauntlets or something. I have not done that, but at least I can't recall that I've done that. But, I don't know, I mean, like, Bio Broly, Cell Max, like, these are fights that I wouldn't really work, unfortunately. So I don't know, they definitely gave this character a bit of one of these sort of like lowball EZAs that they have given to characters like Tech Orange Piccolo or like Tech Ultimate Gohan, where it's like they were very clearly scared of the power, but at the same time, these guys didn't stack for allies on their SA effect before. That's something Dokkan introduced upon EZA. I mean, to be fair, it was a very interesting effect, and they've always been a supporting defensive character. 51.4, okay. So, like, it makes sense, but it's just, like, if they, like, held back on the rest of their kit because of the fact that, they're a stacker, it's like, bro, you made them. Like, you did that. Like, it doesn't feel like a good argument to me, right? So, I don't know, I really hope that's not the case, but I certainly can't help but feel, at least somewhat, that it may have been, unfortunately. But, I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? But yeah, so another thing here. I'm actually really, I don't know if I'm going to get to it today, but apparently, and I won't, or at least most likely won't use the Spirit Bomb for this. Maybe I'll have to, right? Because I do believe, once again, like the Z Duo in particular, like the immortality, essentially, that you have in Standby is going to be insane. But I have heard, and I was not a fan of this stage. Hopefully it works differently than Stage 1, but apparently that Grand Tour event, and I saw like a little text, someone like posted it on my timeline from Dokkan, where they describe this Jiren enemy as like one of the hardest bosses in Dokkan Battle ever, and that like use items or he'll one-shot you. It's like what? That sounds so crazy. I really do want to jump into that, because that sounds like it could be fun. I would be very curious as well if it actually is like all that bad, or if like Dokkan's like overhyping it, or like what the deal is there. But I mean, that's all I know about the fight. I just saw someone without like a head or anything posted that image. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I don't know. That sounds very exciting, but I wanted to jump into festival here first. Once again, because once we start getting several turns in here, after the enemies start getting a bit more tankier, where we can actually stack up the GT duo, and with the Vegeta Trunks stacks going, like I feel like this will be this should be pretty good, right? And in particular, once again, I mean, like I said, Diamond LRs as well. I mean, I know I haven't really got to see them attacking quite a bit here at this point, but all the SA phase attack, all the SA phase defense, like I feel like both of them, as well as, mind you, the phase 2 30% defense, that does hit them too, so long as we get Vegeta Trunks to 24 key, but I feel like they're both going to be extremely tanky. Like I feel like both of them, by the point we get to like Vegito, if they were hit by a Vegito Super, I do anticipate that they would tank. I could be wrong about that. Trunks, I'm a little more like, I don't know about him, right? Because the thing with Trunks is he does need to be attacking, right? And he also has his own stacks that he's supposed to be getting. And obviously I haven't been getting them. Now, to be fair, that's also because he hasn't really been getting a chance to attack. As we get into the later phases that get more HP, I will be able to get his stacks up.
Time to get
Although
serious.
I don't... Even then, even with his stacks, like, I'm not... I don't know, Trunks was the one character
Let's go.
I was, I don't know. Like, I feel like, honestly, everyone else here, for the most part at least, like, I don't know. I mean, if I get bad luck with the GT duo, and I don't get that, the 50% chance for the 30% damage reduction they receive a super from, like AGL Gogeta or something, maybe that could be pretty rough, but I don't know. I feel like they should be pretty fine. I mean, once we get to that point, they're going to be pretty stacked up defensively from Vegeta Trunks. And plus with the phase 2 support as well, like it does make a pretty massive difference. And then once again, I mean, they do... Okay, we're actually getting 2 supers from these guys. 28.5. They do also... I mean, they have 50% damage reduction card. Like, I don't know, like, Vegito gets to some pretty crazy damage at the end here, but, it is worth pointing out that, the Gammas, right, build up to, like, a 30 mil super, that does hit harder than what, like, Vegito and Gogeta are able to get up to at the end. So I don't know, I feel like we should be able to handle it, right? I mean, we'll see, of course, once I get to that point in the fight, but I don't know. I mean, so far, it's been pretty chill. Although, I mean, that is the thing with Festival of Battles. It's, Festival of Battles, once again, this mode can be so fucking annoying, but I'm sort of, alleviating some of the pressure here, I feel, by just having a very nonchalant attitude of, if I win, I win. If I don't, hey, at least we get to see the Spirit Bomb against the later phases of it, right? That will be really fun either way. But, I don't know, this event can be really annoying. I'm not a big fan of, hey, waste 2 fucking hours, right, and then get one shot. Like, that's not fun. Right, because the thing is, and we have been soloing every turn, but, we're on turn 24. We're not even halfway through. And it's going to take longer and longer the further in we get, right? So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes, of course. But I still feel pretty good about this, right? I mean, especially with both of the duos doing as many supers as they are, and the Z duo in particular does get the guaranteed crit. Like, I feel like we should... Our damage... I don't know, if our damage ever becomes an issue, I feel like we also... I mean, I'm floating them, but both of the Diamond LRs, and once again, mine are both 55%, but, with the SA phase attack stacks, like, I really do believe both of them, even though, I haven't used them on a 200% just yet, but I believe that both of them, even on the 200%, like, they should be hitting some pretty crazy damage here. The only thing would be like that I could potentially see is like, so if Super Saiyan 4 Goku, of course, we're not going to have, you know, these big, you know, Saiyan roars sort of things, right? And I mean, certainly that will hurt, but I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, he doesn't get. I mean, I guess it can vary. It's really going to depend, I guess, on like his EX supers. Like, if he wants to have like really bad luck with them, maybe the Vegeta Trunk stacks will be better. But maybe if he, you know, he gets them back-to-back turns or something, maybe then like Mini 4Q would be better. Like, I don't. Because you got to think. I mean, he already gets 140% SA phase attack on his EX super, and then he also is greatly raising, and that's for 4 turns. But he greatly raises attack for 1 turn on his 12 key. So I don't know. I'm not actually the most certain about how that all would, you know, end up playing out. But I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see. Once again, I feel like we should be doing pretty well here. And I mean, once again, so far we are. But I wouldn't say like this isn't, you know, the best way to tell here just yet. We got to get quite a bit further in before, you know, we could say, oh yeah, this team's like really, really crazy. Because once again, that is the thing with festival battles. It's like you get so far in, and it's like you're doing so well, you're doing so well, you're doing so well, and then it's just like it's all over in the blink of an eye. Right? That is how this mode goes, and to me, like that's hot take here. That shit's really fucking annoying, right? So I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this game mode, even as someone who really likes stacking characters. But we'll see, right? Because once again, with the Spirit Bombs, once I really get them cooking here, and mind you, I mean, this is a 47.4. We barely got to stack them on the additional. Like, I feel like they're going to be doing some pretty crazy damage. And this is without, like, GT and... Like, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be really fun. Finally. Like, I don't know. The sort of Wrath Rolly strat was pretty fun, too. But, you know, I, of course, did not end up winning that. And, well, actually... No, I didn't end up winning that. I tried, but I ended up using a different team variation. I do remember. I ended up using items for that extreme class mission clear. I wanted to be done with the event for a while. I just, once again, festival, I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass, right? Like, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't want any more. So listen, I used the items for it. I think I even used the support memory, if I remember correctly, so... I don't know, it's just, like, it's the fact that it just takes so damn long, right? And so, see, I mean, Vegeta Trunks, we did, like, no damage to Goku there. I mean, it was because we didn't crit, but... I mean, with the crit, we did a lot more, but the thing is, I mean, these guys... No, it's not like they're even guaranteed crit. You know, they only have the 50%, although, thankfully, we did get on those 2 supers. Well, I say thankfully, but honestly, you know, it would be nice for the Z-Duo to be able to attack a bit more. I mean, not that... I mean, by the point we really need them to be tanky, like, we're gonna get to that point anyway. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna ever really be concerned about how they're going to use defensively here. And especially, once again, I mean, once we use the standby, they're literally just, like, immortal. So long as you get them their orbs, of course, but... I don't know, I feel like it's just... This seems like a very good team for this event. And with, you know, the sort of types here, like, it seems like it was very much so intended, right? To be able to jump in here and just, like, absolutely fucking dominate the event, which is really fun. Like, I want to destroy this event. And, I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe eventually they'll add more missions to it. It's certainly possible. Although, for whatever reason, I don't know, Dokkan is not the best, I will say, about, like, adding new missions to old events. For whatever reason, like, they don't really tend to do that too often. to be honest, I don't really understand why. I mean, it feels like a very easy... It feels like it adds content, especially with now that we're having, all of the red zones for magnificent battle stages, attempt limits. I feel like it's very easy content for them to make, just implementing X mission for X stage, right? But they don't tend to do it pretty often. So maybe it does take a lot more sort of dev resources than I would imagine it would, but I don't know. I'm honestly hoping they're just they call it quits with festival. And yeah, you know what, we're good on that, because the thing is I feel like if they were going to add new missions to this, I mean, would this not have been the perfect time when they EZA'd these guys? If they're not adding the missions now, I do wonder if they actually ever even plan on adding missions again. Especially because I feel like probably people, I feel like I could say this pretty safely. I could be wrong. People probably aren't the most fond of this event, right? So I don't know. I feel like we'll see. I mean, maybe it'll get more missions eventually, but I mean, at least this celebration, it doesn't look like we're getting them in. I mean, to be fair, when was it that we got the super and extreme class missions? Actually, I can't remember that. Was it with TDC? It might have been with TDC. Or was it GDC? I can't... I feel like it was TDC. But once again, I mean, Festival came out a year ago at this point, right? If there were ever a time to add missions to it, it's right now would be that. So I feel like they probably saw these sort of reception, hey, fuck this event, and they took that pretty well, I guess. I don't know. Festival likes to be really, really annoying. I'm not a big fan, because once again, we're only on the Kid Buu phase here, right? It feels like we're not that far in. As crazy as that sounds, because it's oh, well, we're 30 turns in here, and I believe even just straight up 30 phases, right? Because I have cleared everything in a single turn so far, I believe. But even still, there's 50 total phases, right? So I mean, we're still, we're only at 60%, technically speaking. But the thing is, the event is only going to get longer from here, not shorter, right? When the stats start boosting more and more and more, it doesn't become easier. It becomes more difficult. So, we'll see. Okay, and see, this is another thing. All these fucking, specific counters in here. That's another thing that makes this shit so annoying. So, Kid Buu, it's the... I know we just saw it. I always forget all the different super types. But I know Kid Buu has a counter, so is it an unarmed? I believe it's an unarmed. Okay. So Kid Buu has a counter, and then the Broly movie Goku, right? The standby mode has a counter. Versus, I believe it's also unarmed. All those sort of, I think Gamma 1 has one. I don't know. All those sort of things are just so annoying. Wait, what the hell? So I failed the EX Super, and he only hit a 54.5 there. I mean, I guess once again, I failed the EX Super. Not the best links here, but... So, I mean, that's a little surprising, honestly. I mean, we had 30 turns of Vegeta Trunks stats. I feel like his damage should have been a little bit higher there, but... I mean, it's not the biggest deal, because... Well, actually, hold on, it might be. What are all the super types here? I don't know, actually, hold on. I'm probably going to want to get a lot of normals with Vegeta Trunks here. Because this is the one that he counters. Okay, and this is going to be the one time that I'm not going to get normals, right? Of course. Okay, the Buu Duo. This is a key. No, it's... Are all of them unarmed? Please don't tell me all these are unarmed. Yeah, dude. No way. I mean, Vegeta could still finish things, but... Dude, I'm actually gonna lose because I failed the EX Super with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Isn't that crazy? I'm actually going to lose because I failed his EX Super. Because all these guys are just doing fucking unarms. And of course, this is a turn where Vegeta's like, oh yeah, who wants to do normals? Because every other turn, bro loves to do those normals. No way. No way, man. Hold on. Maybe we could get lucky with the damage variance here. That's bullshit. Yeah, so I reset a couple of times here, and same result. I can't kill. The damage variance did not want to. And see, this is the thing, man. Like, dude, the game just fucking hates me because, like, we get one Vegeta EX Super, right? And you know, this is the turn, of course, where the Vegeta Trunks want to do all of their supers. They don't want a normal at all, right? Just or Super Saiyan 4 Goku, no EX Super, just everything just to leave me with one little sliver of HP, man. Dude, Festival of Battles. This effect, man, oh man, okay. It's gonna be an issue though. I hadn't even considered that. I'm gonna have to change one of these characters out for like Beast Gohan or something, because I'm gonna need a character that can do damage. And clearly, I don't know. Once again, I don't necessarily care about winning here, but we're certainly gonna get to the very end. So that's some bullshit. We'll be back. God damn it. All right, we're back here. This it took a little while to get to this point. I actually ended up, so originally I tried having physical Beast Gohan on the team, and I was not able to actually build up his ki. It did not work out well. I decided a better character would actually be, and I had been meaning to sort of try something like this. I hadn't. Manga Gohan. Manga Gohan is actually really, really crazy for Festival. I already know that from using him for his stacking video, right? So I figure this will be a good way to get around the, you know, sort of unarmed nullification bullshit, because Gohan, like, he gets really, really crazy offensively. And I haven't even gotten to properly stack him. He's already doing pretty decent. Now, however, that does mean the strategy here has shifted a tad. Unfortunately, so given the fact that I do need to stack up Gohan, right? I have been floating the Z duo. Now, I mean, we'll still get a lot of value from them. We're still going to show their power with the Spirit Bomb at the end, and that is sort of the point, seeing what the Spirit Bombs do here. The main point, at least. But, like, it doesn't, like, their stacks don't really do anything for the Spirit Bomb. Like, it makes them more tanky, but so long as I have enough orbs, like, it's not going to change too much. And even by the time we get to using the Spirit Bomb anyway, they will get a ton of defense stacks, right? So I'm not concerned about them, really. It's just, I have to prioritize Gohan stacks. I have to make sure Gohan is going to be really crazy throughout this, because, you know, we are going to have the phase versus the standby Goku, which, I mean, as everyone knows, I mean, he has the fucking nullification too, which I mean, Kid Buu was already tough enough to get around, right? I do not want to fuck around and have to restart entirely yet again, right? That's not something I'm interested in doing, so we're doing this. Although I will say a little bit of an unfortunate thing here. So an interesting thing you can do with Manga Gohan, because of the sort of like enemy placement with how far in the Namek / Cell Saga enemies can be, right, for his intro condition. Unfortunately, you know, the fact that we do actually have Super EZA Trunks on the team his intro is already active, so it's actually going to expire here. It lasts for 40 turns, so I mean it's unfortunate, but I don't know. I feel like Super EZA Trunks, and we'll see. I'm gonna be really annoyed if he ends at 9, but I feel like by the time the supers get to the point where I'd be like really scared for him, like we're gonna be using the Spirit Bombs and we're going to be like ending the fight, I feel. Because I really do genuinely believe, and the damage here already, I really do genuinely believe, I mean, once we get to that later part of the fight, I mean, the Spirit Bombs, I think they're just going to destroy. I think they're going to delete. The only way they don't is if they do so much damage, but they literally do 0. And I once again, I don't know if that's actually, if that can be an issue, right? So I actually have not, I don't know if anyone's really tested this properly, but I do know that, so when they did the initial, or rather the rank update, right, where you could go up to 2000, I did see people were talking about before then, so the way that the sort of like rank XP increased, that I forget how early on it was, but that it would not be able to go to 2000 on a 32-bit game. Now I don't know if it did actually follow that same exact logic. I don't know. I'm not sure. Right? So it very easily could be above 32-bit, and just it is 64-bit right now, because apparently that would be a very easy, practically unnoticeable thing for them to do, from what people have said. But I don't know. Right? So once again, I am kind of concerned that, you know, I'm gonna get to the end here and then I'm just gonna fucking do 0 damage, which would be really annoying, of course. But you know, we'll have to see what happens once we get to that point. And thankfully, we actually failed the crit on the 18 key. Sounds kind of crazy to say thankfully, but it did actually lead to us getting more supers overall here. And, I mean, they're already hitting this hard, right? I mean, as we continue on with them, they are going to be very elite. And by the way, so Trunks here, and I suppose Gohan as well. I mean, Gohan's starting out the turn 10.2. Trunks is at 908,000. I would say for Trunks, I mean, certainly we want him higher than that, but it's a good start. 12.7, dude. 12.7. Yeah, so Manga Gohan at this point is already going to be tanking like everything. I don't know, I could potentially think about floating him off, but I don't want to.
Let's go.
I would like to win the mission. Once again, I am trying to really look at the Spirit Bombs, but I would also like to win the mission. I think what I might do is after we pass the standby Goku phase, because I do want to, I don't think it'll be an issue, but I do want to actually make sure the Z Duo are properly stacked, right? I don't know, because, I mean, the supers start to scale pretty quickly, right? And if I just keep, like, floating them off, like, the Beast Gohan phase, I forget how much damage he can do, but I don't want them to get, like, one-shot or something, because I haven't gotten the opportunity to stack them because our slot 2s with Gohan and the GT duo keep just fucking destroying so fast, right? Like, I don't want that to have to be something I have to be worried about, right? So, I think probably what I'll do is after we pass the last sort of nullification phase that I need to be concerned about, then we'll just go back to the Z duo, right? I think. But they're already at 6 mil, by the way. I mean, and I haven't even, we've gotten 6 supers with them. Right, they stack very quickly. And now, to be fair, I mean, Vegeta Trunks, right? I mean, this is turn, what is this? Turn 36, although we've only had 35 turns of the stacks. But, you know, I have gotten the Vegeta Trunks stacks every single turn, right? That is certainly extremely important to make sure you're consistently getting. So I just keep them slot 1, make sure they get their stack every single turn, right? Because I need Super EZA Trunks to be good by the end. I don't know if he will be, but I feel like, I'm hoping, with all the sort of defense stacks, he'll get to the point. Plus, I mean, keep in mind, there is also the Phase 2 defense, right? that Vegeta Trunks give. I mean, it's only, I say only, it's 30%, right? I feel like 30% is pretty strong, honestly, for Phase 2. I mean, Trunks already does have 200%, but, you know, adding an additional 30% onto that, I feel like it's going to be pretty strong. The main thing is we do need to have, you know, some stacks for him, which, you know, obviously is not something I've really had so far. So I don't know. I am concerned about him. I feel like I'm gonna get like towards the end here, and then he's gonna get fucking one shot by one of these bigger supers, and that's just going to be so annoying. Like, I mean, he really is pretty elite, honestly, for like this, like with his support. That's why it sucks that he wasn't, because I don't know, like he could take normals, but it really does suck that I don't feel like he needed some sort of tool for supers. I hate that they didn't give him anything at all, even like a temp high chance to dodge, like the Z Duo has, right? Like I feel like it's kind of silly, right? Like nothing at all to deal with supers. Like I don't know, man, but you know, he's guaranteeing the Rainbow Orb changing. He has super class support as well as Vegeta family 3 turn support, right? So that is hitting both Vegeta Trunks no matter what, which, you know, I mean, they don't do the most damage, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious. However, I mean, they are obviously very elite tanks, and the stack that they are doing for everyone else, I don't know, I feel like this is working so far, especially, I mean, 93.8 on this guy. Yeah, I mean, the GT Duo and Manga Gohan, we're starting to get some pretty crazy stats at this point. I mean, the GT Duo, though, especially, they're stacking pretty quickly, honestly. Now that I'm actually able to, you know, get a lot of stacks going with them, because, I mean, I've actually gotten lucky with every hidden potential. That's crazy. That is actually very surprising. But yeah, so, see, with Trunks here, right, 875. Right, and, you know, something else to consider is he's actually going to very, very shortly be missing 40% defense, right? Because he does actually receive the, I think, because intro support, it's hitting everyone for as long as it's active for. So like something like Daima Goku support, where Daima category allies just get that as soon as he appears. There's no turn count on it. That's a permanent bomb, right? Even when he's not on that rotation, which is why it's like so crazy, right? So Manga Gohan's, I mean, it's 40% attack and defense phase 1 for 40 turns. I mean, even turns that he's not on, it is hitting, right? Which is very, very strong, right? 105 mil here. Yeah, like I mean, this is only 24 stacks. I don't know, the thing is with Festival, they're not gonna be able to really stack, I don't feel. Like, we're not gonna get to the point of seeing some, like, 200 mil stat with them, because the bosses, I don't know, like, even in base, honestly. Even in base, I feel like we're going to just kind of shred the later parts of the fight. Like, they are just so damn good. Yeah, so they're still like 6 mil-ish here. Although they are going to, by the time they appear next, they're actually going to lose stats, right? Because, I mean, it won't be the hugest amount, but because Manga Gohan's, you know, his support's going to go away, and I don't think they're going to get a chance to attack you. You know, with Manga Gohan in slot 2, he's going to do some damage. But, I don't know, once again, we are going to really show I'm really excited to see what that Spirit Bomb does, and we will play into that. You know, and once we get to the point, what I'll probably do is I'll play like a turn out against like Gogeta, and then I'll stand by with the GT and stand by with the Z Duo as well, I think. Right, because I mean, we do want to, take some 5, they can stack up by 5 appearances, right? So if we do it mid-late into the Gogeta phase, we'll just be able to use it for Vegito, and that will be very, very good, right? By the way, Daimagoku here. I mean, mine's only 55%. 2.1, and that's without his phase 2 defense. And that's without the 30% phase 2 defense. Like, and he's still getting more and more value. Like, he doesn't get any SA phase. Or rather, let me rephrase that. He doesn't have a lot of SA phase. And he doesn't stack it. Right? So, the value of the Vegeta Trunks, like, stacks, like, it is actually pretty supreme for him. And I'm very curious to see... I feel like his active could be pretty helpful. Right? Especially if the turn prior I get the EX Super. I mean, we'll see, but... I feel like he's going to be very beneficial for this stage. I feel like he's... like, I just... Once again, my thing with Festival of Battles is I feel like I never... No matter what, even if I would try like my damnedest to set it up, I feel like I never am giving enough room for characters to stack. Like I feel like it's never enough. It feels like, right? So when I have a character like Daimagoku who has like 44% damage reduction guard, like he doesn't need to stack. I could just float him. I mean, he already, even without the Vegeta Trunks stacks, can do some pretty crazy damage. Now, I don't think he's going to do anything too far outside of the realm of what you see in like a normal fight. So once again, we don't have like mini Borku, massive 40% phase 2 support. We don't have, you know, I don't know. I mean, he could get. I mean, we are getting SA phase attack support from Vegeta Trunks, but the other adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I mean, he supports too, so... I mean, he already gets support on a normal setup, right? And mine's only 55%. Like, I don't think he's going to be hitting, like, oh my god, he's busted stats or anything, but... I feel like he's going to continue to be pretty elite. I hope. I don't know, I just don't see his defense failing at any point here. I am concerned about Trunks, though. Trunks is definitely... I don't know. We'll see. I really hope... It does appear, so he does have shocking speed and prepared for battle, I guess, is what it is with... he has some sort of defense, or is it Shattering the Limit? I forget which one he has, but he's clearly sharing something here with Manga Gohan specifically, so... Maybe so long as it's like this rotation specifically, he'll be fine. But like, I can't, you know, sort of have him in slot 1 or anything, so it's... I don't know, and another thing, I mean, once we get into the more tankier phases... Okay, so this is the one with the Ki Blast nullification, right? I mean, it's still good to have this guy here, because he's still getting stacks, but... Yeah, but once we get, like, really deep into the fight, where we can actually maintain his... And we got all 4 supers here, where we can actually maintain his sort of SA phase stacks, his defense is also going to jump up, to be fair. Keep that in mind, so... I don't know, I feel like he'll be at least decent here, but I mean, clearly that attack stat, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this Trunks. Oh, that's another thing. One of the... So I believe it was 2 runs I did with Beast Gohan on the team. So one of them, Trunks would have finished the fight, but 2 supers in a row, he did not crit Kid Buu. So I got screwed, which was really annoying. Okay, I'm definitely not... This is way too early. Oh, well, we dodged anyway. Hidden potential dodge, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, we just gotta keep going like this. I mean, the Vegeta Trunkses... Because the thing is, I have a really... I mean, I feel like I showed my build before, but... You know, I am actually just running... Dude, the friend update that they did with the copy mirror thing, like, it is just so damn good. Because I can just have my own personal build here. Which I feel like is a pretty elite build, personally. I even put one of the Wii's event clips on them, like, because I was like, I'm not really going to use crit defense. That seems like such a weird combination. I was like, you know what? Vegeta Trunks, they barely have any crit. and they need a lot of raw defense. It's kind of perfect for them. And you know, the additionals, I mean, they help, but the raw defense, I feel like, is a lot better. So I mean, they have 16,288. Like I feel like they are. I don't know. So far in this fight, they've been a pretty elite tank, and I mean, certainly, like you know, Gogeta, Vegito, it doesn't matter at this point. Like we should be perfectly fine from their supers. I am very, very confident in that. I suppose I could be wrong, but I'm very, very confident in that. And we're starting to get pretty late into this too, mind you. So, because with these phases, in fact, actually, this is technically the 40th phase, even though we're on turn 43, right? If I remember correctly. Can I actually get? I did not. That is very unfortunate. So this is the thing with Gohan. Unfortunately, now that I've lost the intro orb changing, I'm gonna have to try and. I mean, this does somewhat screw over STR Daimagoku, of course, but you know, he changes the STR key spheres into tech, which once again, I mean, for the Buu Duo, their standby, you want to collect as many key spheres as possible. So his ability is actually really good for that, I do believe. But you know, unfortunately, we have a turn here where just starting out the rotation, not the best luck. But still, I don't know, because we don't. This could certainly happen again, right? And I don't know. He needs the 8 orbs for his full 50% damage reduction. With the 5, he only has 20%. So we're certainly going to want to get a lot more stacks with him, yeah, I do believe. 93.9. Yeah, dude. Manga Gohan here. They did a great job with him. 102 mil. Although, unfortunately, or rather, maybe fortunately, actually, no crits. You see, 54.5, like, I mean, I guess we don't have, like, Legendary Power here, for example, or Fierce Battle. But still, I don't... This is what I'm saying, like, Daimagoku, I will say, like, maybe his active's probably going to hit harder than it typically does, but, like, overall, his, like, actual SA effects, and to be fair, I'm actually not really proccing the EX, unfortunately, but his actual attack stats with the supers, they don't seem all that impressive, honestly. Okay, so 1.13, or rather 1,136,000, but once again, we do actually have some SFA stacks at this point, so I mean, hopefully we can maintain them. Once again, maintaining them is going to be absolutely necessary, but we'll have to see how this plays out. I don't know. So we're actually going to kill this phase here, though. Like, I don't even... The GT Duo. The fact that they just have 3 guaranteed supers, and they're getting to the point of doing as much damage as they are, they're pretty good, right? Like, it goes without saying. They're pretty damn strong. So I don't know, we'll see what happens here, but I'm feeling pretty good about this run. Once again, I mean, Super EZA Trunks, I'm definitely... He could get caught. He could definitely get caught. I am very concerned about him. But everyone else here, we're doing pretty good. And especially, once again, when we get to those big supers that I would really be concerned about, we're not even... Like, Trunks isn't... He shouldn't be an issue. I don't know, because Vegito can super, like, every slot, can't he? So, I guess they all can, but, I mean, he supers 3 times a turn. So, I guess that could actually be a bit troublesome, but... I don't know, I feel like we'll be able to manage. I hope. Because if I brought him, just, like, oh yeah, his Rainbow Orb changing in his support, and then he gets me fucking murked, like, dude, I would be so pissed. I really am. Like, I did not get all this way in just to fucking lose, man. Like, no way. That would suck. It would really suck. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but, I don't know. He's not, because the thing is, it's like, there's not exactly a lot of, like, really elite Rainbow Orb changing options here. Like, who am I supposed to bring? Like, Majin Vegeta? I mean, I could bring Vegeta Blue, but I don't know. I mean, he's not gonna get. I guess he has a 50% dodge. He can have 80%, but I really thought, and we'll see. Maybe he definitely still could, but I really thought Trunks would potentially be a bit better defensively than he's at least looking to be currently. And then, you know, Vegito does also have that phase 1 support. So maybe Vegito would actually be better here, but, you know, if not Vegito Blue, then, I mean, we have, what, like, EZA 8th GT Super Saiyan Vegeta for Rainbow Orb changing? Like, the list isn't all that expansive. Yeah, so Gohan here nearly just fucking annihilating Vegito on his own. And then we'll actually be able to get a stack with the Buu Duo. It's been quite a bit. But hey, we get another one. And that's good, right? We need as many as possible. I don't know, I think they'll be fine. Well, once we get to the point where we, like, really need them to, you know, stand by and everything, like, I don't know, I'm probably, once again, what I'll do is after I pass which we're actually getting pretty close to, mind you. After I pass the standby Super Saiyan Goku phase, at that point we'll put the Buu Duo on that rotation, just to play it a little cautious with some stacks. I don't think it should be an issue, but better safe than sorry, right? I mean, keep in mind though, so they have guard, right? They were already at like 6 mil to start a turn there. They're getting an additional 30% phase 2 defense from Vegeta Trunks. Like, their actual defensive ability, they're going to be able to tank already, even. Some pretty big supers. Like, honestly, I feel like just, like, a turn, or maybe 2, of stacking would allow them to, with all the various support, be able to tank any of those big supers. Because I do need them to be a bit tankier for, you know, if I, like, Gogeta, early into Gogeta. I don't know. Once again, I don't, the rotations, I'm actually really unsure exactly how I want to go about things, because, once again, with the GT duo here, unfortunately, they decided to not give it a guaranteed crit. I mean, it does have super effective against all types there. But, okay, 79.5. Yeah, see, I mean, even the EX Super, like, it's not, he's not hitting the highest of stats, but still, I mean, he's going to be a very decent option here for tanking. Like, and plus, I mean, he does actually give the support to, I mean, it's not hitting these guys, but it hits Manga Gohan, for example, so. Alright, Trunks, what are you at here? Million. Yeah, dude, Manga Gohan's at 19. Like, he's good at this point. I don't think we need to really be concerned about him. See, so they do actually, it is shocking speed prepared for battle. We can just do this. I don't really, we should probably try and force the Dokkan attack. Like, if I can actually, I don't know, because, I mean, Vegeta Trunks have to be the slot 1 option. That is kind of the issue with them, is they do need to be slot 1, so, and they don't do the most damage. But maybe the Dokkan mode, the Dokkan attack, could, you know, be a little bit helpful for the Daima phase.
Let's go.
But I'm getting pretty close to the Daima phase, so I'm not sure. We'll see if I can get it in time for that. I don't know, especially if I keep, which is another reason why I should try getting the voodoo over here. If I keep clearing these in, you know, like 1 turn, essentially. 2 turns, like I don't know. Although, that is the other thing. If I do float off Gohan, I'm going to lose a lot of damage. I mean, the Z-Duo, the Spirit Bomb will do a ton more, but Gohan does significantly more than the basic course. Okay, we should... I always forget, it's... No, I already... It's the STR. I need to set up the orbs. I need to be a little bit more conscious about these going forward. Now that we're actually getting to phases where, you know, the quote-unquote consequences of turns will actually play out, right? Because, I mean, we're not just going to start... We're starting to get to the point where they're getting a bit more tankier, so I'm not going to always solo them just immediately, right? So I do need to actually start paying a bit more attention to, like, Super EZA Trunks' Int to Rainbow, and then Gohan's STR to Tech. Because making use of the orb changing, I feel like definitely could end up making this fight for sure. But once again, I mean, we'll see. So this is actually, so Beast Gohan goes into, I forget, is it, we fight Boo after this, right? I think we fight Int Boo, and then we'll fight the, isn't it Tech UI into the standby? Super Saiyan standby? I feel like that's... it's been forever since I've done festivals, so I can't actually remember the order specifically, but it's something like that. Okay, so we're actually getting a normal for once with this character here. A little unfortunate. But yeah, see, I mean, Beast Gohan, the GT Duo just fucking shredded it. Right, and then the Z Duo, I mean, they're guaranteed critting. I mean, it's not like they're going to do a ton of damage, but they are guaranteed critting. So they're going to do a little bit here. Honestly, like, I don't know. When they get to the other rotation, I'll see what their defenses start to turn before I make any decision. Like, if they're at, like, 10 mil, you know, the guard, I mean, that's already at the point of being able to tank, like, a 20 mil. And that's without considering the extra defense they'd get from attacking. And also without considering the Vegeta Trunks Phase 2 support. So, I don't know. I feel like they might honestly be fine. I just need to make sure I get to those later phases, because that Daima phase is way too tanky to fuck around with, honestly. I don't want to... I mean, we all know how that Daima phase goes. If you fuck around, you find out, right? Like, it's... You cannot play around with that Daima phase. So I don't know, I feel like I might honestly keep floating them until I'm ready to do their standby. That might be the way to go here. And I mean, we're seeing the GT Duo at least. Like, I would prefer seeing the Z Duo to see, like, how high their defense is getting, but I do need the damage. It is needed. So it's sort of like a necessary evil here. Plus, I mean, we'll be able to get Manga Gohan very high by the end here. I mean, the fact that he's already, I mean, we saw, what, like 130, 140 the turn prior? I feel like we're going to get him up to some, like, 200 mil stats, which is pretty crazy. You know, he quad super. Once again, they just did such a great job of it, because, you know, it's the thing that he stacks Phase 2, and unlike other stackers, right, so Vegeta Trunks stacking the SA phase, it does so much. It has so much value, because it's a different phase stack. Alright, we're back here. Let's continue on. We'll see, I don't know. I'm starting to get more and more concerned about Trunks. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but his level of defense, it does not look very inspiring, to say the least. I don't know, I feel like maybe... I don't know, man. Like, he might be fine versus like up to the Daima phase of supers, especially once we start getting a couple of his supers in here, but I still, like, if he gets hit by Gogeta or Vegeta, which we'll try our very best to not let happen, he's dead. Like, I don't even, there's no way. I mean, he's certainly going to tank all normals. That is pretty good. 131. Yeah, they're getting to some pretty crazy stats, especially, like, we don't even have, you know, a Link like GT active there, for example. Like, although we did not crit there. Not having the crit is very unfortunate, but, I mean, it did help us earlier on, so I don't know. I mean, it helps you get more stacks, but at the same time, if that's the case, like, I still feel, like, why doesn't, the Spirit Bomb should have guaranteed crit. It's I mean, super effective against all types is cool and all, but that's kind of bullshit. Like, they are not even close to equal. I mean, they used to feel like they were, but, you know, at this point, bosses have, like, so much defensive abilities that you really do need the crit. I will say, dude, don't fuck with me right now, Trunks. I will say for Trunks, I'm actually extremely unimpressed with the fact that, like, his attack stat, like, it seems like so extremely low, considering the fact that we have as many stacks as we do with Vegeta Trunks. Like, that is certainly extremely disappointing. I was extremely certain he'd be hitting harder than that. See, I mean, they're up to 9 mil. Start a turn, right? Like, honestly, I feel like I'm just gonna keep floating them, because, I mean, we need to take advantage of, you know, what I also wasn't considering before, you know, I started to realize once I cut away, you know, I was going through all the phases and such, it's like, oh, well, you know, that standby Goku does literally go into the Dynamo phase, right? Like, it's literally immediately after. So there's really no, I don't think we'll get to a point where we're going to want to float off Gohan until it would either be we need to be at Gogeta or like the very start of Vegeta, but I'd want to do it at some point in Gogeta. Right? I'd want the Buduo to float over here, or at the very least, if it looks like I'm not going to have the sort of like quote unquote proper time to set up my rotations the way I want, then even float the GT duo over here. Right, and then just have the Buduo take their place on the other rotation. Just no matter what I have to do, just whatever it takes to actually get this smoothly going here. I mean, well, it is what it is, right? Once again, I do really want to see these Spirit Bombs, but at the same time, I do also really want to win. Because if I can just be like, alright, I'm done with Festival now, I don't need to worry about that shit for, you know, quite a while, I would be happy with that. Supremely happy with that. So, I am going to certainly try my very, very best to make that a reality. I mean, we'll see if it actually ends up happening, of course, but I feel like we can. We can make it happen. Especially, so once again, I mean, Tech UI, we're just slaughtering him. Right, and I mean, this is very, very close to the end. Because it goes from him into the Broly Worldwide and the Diamond phase, so this is the 5th last phase, right? Yes. So, I mean, we're getting very close. Either way. And I mean, of course, we're still juicing up the GT Duo as much as possible. I'm really curious. I mean, what the hell is the Spirit Bomb gonna hit for, man? Like, with all the stacks we have, in all of Vegeta Trunks stacks, like, it should be some really elite damage. And especially so, I feel like we'll very easily be able to play out a turn where, you know, I can have Vegeta Trunks attack first, and then I can have the standby Vegeta in slot 2 and have him do, you know, all of his attacks, right? And then after all of his attacks, right? Then you know, he gets hit by a normal and dies and uses the Spirit Bomb. Like, I will certainly be able to get it set up very, very powerfully. I'm still unsure, like, how hard this thing's gonna hit. Like, the Z Duo one, I don't know. Once again, I feel like the GT Duo... Because the thing is, I'm also trying to consider... Like, the standby has its own, like, you know, the charge count thing. Right? And then they also have higher percentages in their standby form as well. So it's really the SA phase attack. Like, I don't know... I mean, the GT Duo's SA phase is extremely insane, but I'm not sure at what point what outweighs what. That's the thing. You know, I have no idea. Okay, but it does look like we're actually getting pretty close here. Because we're going to kill UI this turn. Which means we're actually... Trunks is... I'm going to be a little concerned about him. More than a little, honestly. But, well, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, see, so I forget, this guy has some bullshit. I believe it's the unarmed nullification, which is very, very, extremely powerful versus our computer. So, I mean, we're just going to set up all these orbs for Gelhan next turn, and let him nuke the ever-living shit out of this character. And then, I don't know, the hope is between... Because essentially, all I'm going to be able to get is Vegeta Trunks will be able to, you know, do their first super. Hopefully they do normals after, right? The G2 Duo's first super will go through. But, you know, none of the additionals will. I mean, it'll stack the attack still, but, you know, what we're really going to need is normals from all these guys. The Buu Duo, GT Duo, Vegeta Trunks, and of course... Wait, what? Did I... What? I thought he had an unarmed nullification. Am I misremembering? I remember there being another nullification. Was I might have been mixing up, because I'm in the 23rd World Tournament Goku. You know, he does also have a nullification. I might have honestly this entire time been thinking about him. I think that might have been the case. I'm actually going to check that right now on my computer here. Because I'm like very confused. I feel like I very vividly remember him having it. But no, he does not. Very interesting. He does, however, have 900 million HP, which we've shredded half of in this turn alone. And keep in mind, right, I mean, the fusions have 2 billion. Now, to be fair, I mean, they have a little bit more damage reduction, but I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good here. I really think this is going to be the run. So yeah, I must have been, because Tech 23rd World Tournament, he is the Nullify Ki Blast Supers. I must have been thinking about him this entire time. Interesting. But yeah, so, I mean, this guy's... We certainly kill him, right? And now we're on to... Or rather, we're about to be on to, I should say, the good old Daima phase. Oh boy, oh boy. That Daima phase, it really... It can be so fucking annoying, right? Like, I don't know. I don't even know, like, what the proper... I guess maybe I should try taking out Goku first. Right? Because... I don't know. Because Gohan has type disadvantage there, and then, like, Vegeta Trunks have type disadvantage on Glorio. Right? So I'm not really sure. Or wait. I mean, I guess Gohan's gonna do most of the damage this turn, but we're getting terrible luck with the crits. Okay, the super literally does not matter, obviously. Alright, Gohan, my goat here, I'm gonna need you to, I need you to finish up the phase, buddy, old pal. Because I feel like 2 turns of the GT duo is probably going to be better. 155, yeah, no, he's got this. So long as he actually, wants to crit an additional and such. So, I mean, we have the guaranteed after this one as well. I mean, he could actually still end up not killing here if we don't crit. Okay, hidden potential model. I was gonna say, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku would definitely finish with that much HP. Okay, man. There's actually no way, dude. What? I'm actually getting trolled. Dude, literally every fucking attack is at the end. Where Super EZA Trunks needs to go. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. Bro. What the fuck, Dokkan? To be fair, I don't think he has any supers up right now. I really don't think he could tank a super from these guys, though. Fuck, man. I think this calls for some improvisation here. I think what we need to do is this. Because I can't risk floating off the GT duo here. We need their damage. So I'm going to have to do this. And then I'm going to have to float off that Vegeta Trunks over there next turn. Well, I need to float off Gohan too. Shit. My rotations are about to get really screwed here. Because there's the charge count. I need the GT duo damage. That is non-negotiable. And I don't know that this guy can tank. Am I just gonna have to, like, risk it? I might have to risk it. It might be the safest thing to do here. In terms of the rotations. I don't like that whatsoever, though. I don't know, man. Dude, because if I fucking lose at this point, I'm gonna be so annoyed. But, like, what do I... There's 8 million bajillion attacks there, and I feel like if I try to put them in slot 1, both the supers are going to conveniently be there. Damn it. How much hidden potential dodge do I have? 14, bro. Dude, like, what do I... Because I feel like if I float off Vegeta Trunks, I'm setting myself up for failure. The only way that would work is if I would be able to guarantee I could kill the Daima phase in just, like, this turn and next turn, which I sincerely doubt. Right, but if I were to do that, if I did kill the Daima phase within this turn and next turn, then I could have the GT duo slot 1 versus... To be fair, I'm going to have Daima Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, come around. And I could float off Trunks safely the next turn, because we'll certainly kill in time. Yeah, I feel like this is my safest bet. I think, as you could tell, I'm very concerned about this play here, but I don't think I have a better play. And the GT Duo will be perfectly fine. So they're not the best tank, but they do have 50% damage reduction guard. Plus, I haven't put them in slot 1 yet, so they'll actually have 60% damage reduction with the guard. So not even concerned about them. They should be perfectly fine. I could be wrong, but they should be fine. So we'll play it out like this. We'll see what happens, but I think this is the best play I can make. Plus, if I do this, right, this way, I mean, Trunks will actually be able to get some of his stacks up, which we're gonna need those. That's something that's gonna be kind of needed. So we'll need to see. The GT Duo are gonna need to do a bit more damage here. I really need the damage. Yeah, I think what we'll have to do is gonna really rely on Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. For Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku's damage is like with his active, that's gonna make or break this at this point. Dude, I fucking hate the Daima phase, man. I swear, man, if I lose this far in, like, don't do this shit to me, Dokkan. Please. I could take a gamble. I could take a gamble next turn. I mean, I'll have to. I think what I could do, I could activate the GT standby, and that way, and put them in slot 2 with Daima Goku slot 1. He'd be perfectly fine slot 1. And with all that support, hope and pray that it's enough. Now, Vegeta Trunks here, they also have that 30% phase 2. They have the guard, they have the 20% damage reduction. I could be wrong here, but I think they tank this perfectly fine. Dude. Fuck. It's because I brought Trunks, man. It's because I brought Trunks. They would have been perfectly fine in slot 1, and Trunks is doing fucking 0 damage, man. Such a terrible Super EZA. God damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. No way. We were right there. The team, it clearly has it. It just, Trunks is a fucking... Trunks. I'll replace Trunks. We'll be back, man. Clearly that team comp can work. And to be fair, for Vegeta Trunks' credit, in slot 3 there, type disadvantage super, which that even with guard, it does still matter. I mean, it was only 800 some odd thousand. That's a 17 some odd mil super. Like, I don't think that was the worst tanking. It's it really sucks though. Yeah, that really does suck. Oh boy. All right. Either way, we'll be back. Alrighty, we are back at the Daima phase. It's been quite a while here. I have Daima Vegeta now. I feel like Daima Vegeta should work fairly well here with the damage reduction with the guard. With the phase 2 support from Vegeta Trunks, I think he should be perfectly fine, but I guess I could be wrong. But once again, we're going to target Glorio here, and we'll see how that goes. But Dynamo Phase is just so annoying, man. The 9 charges when they have so much HP, it's like, come on, man.
Final Flash!
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, his active does not do that much damage. However, what it does with raising its damage, or rather, raising his damage for the rest of the turn, I feel like is going to be pretty necessary here. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but I feel pretty good about this run here. Because we can also use Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku's active next turn, which he's also going to be supporting Manga Gohan. And I mean, Manga Gohan and the GT duo here they're the main damage dealers, right? We need them to really do quite a bit. Now, I don't know if they will or not, but I believe they can at the very least, and you know, we'll see. I will say, I don't know. I mean, we do have the Phase 2 support. Okay, well, the first Super being here is huge. We do have the Phase 2 support from Vegeta Trunks, so I would imagine the GT duo should be fine, but we may... I don't know. I mean, they are greatly raising their defense within the turn, right? So they should probably be fine, but still, I don't know, man. As long as we crit on all of these. Like, if we can get Glorio nearly dead like this turn alone, which we may very well be able to. Yeah, okay, that's huge. See, I mean, they got him half health. Although, I mean, once again, if I get bad luck with the crits going forward, that's gonna suck. And we failed the hidden potential. Well, I guess technically we didn't fail it, right? But it's a normal instead of a super. Okay, please be fine. I think they'll be fine. I don't know. I mean, they can also get the damage reduction, which I don't know if they did or not. 40.6 for his first super. Yeah, I mean, Vegeta's also... This is sort of why I brought him. When he starts really getting going, so that's an EX super. Hopefully we get a lot of luck with these, because, you know, he doesn't like to get them pretty often for me. If we can get a lot of these going here. And another one, 69.2. Now, he's not doing the guaranteed crits, but, I mean, he is supporting. He is perfectly fine defensively, even against, you know, Vegito and Gogeta, I feel like at this point. I could be wrong, but so long as we get him his full key, like, I feel like he should be perfectly fine versus them. So, I mean, he's very effective here. And another EX Super, 108 mil. Yeah, okay. Glorio, he might even die from this. So, I mean, we just have 2 turns to take out Goku, which I think we should, yeah, we should be more than capable of doing. That is huge. The GT duo, excuse me, especially they only got 3 supers. They could do some stuff, huh? And we're right there. I don't know, I don't need to use Super Saiyan 4 Goku, do I? I probably don't need to, but... I mean, is there another time where I'm really gonna need his... active? That's what I'm trying to think of. I mean, once again, we did take out Glorio just immediately. Plus, I mean, the GT duo is actually going to be hitting significantly harder this next turn anyway. I think we should be fine. Because next to the Buu duo, right, they have experienced fighters, which gives them 15% attack. So, I don't know. I think we should be fine here. I hope this is not a fucking major misplay. I'm going to be so annoyed if it is, but... I mean, we one-turned Glorio, right? I feel like that's pretty good. And especially, I mean, with Daima Goku on this turn, I mean, even if we get unlucky with Gohan crits, the literal worst that we could do, absolute worst, right, would be super effective against all types. So I don't know, I think we should probably be fine here. Hopefully, Once again, if this was a misplay, I'm gonna be so annoyed. 184. And hopefully, I mean, Goku at the end there, okay, no crit, but he still did quite a bit of damage. And we got the great chance, so we're getting at least 3 supers here. Who knows if we get the hitting potential. Okay, can you crit, though? What's, where's the crits, buddy? 212. Oh my god, dude. Are you ever gonna crit? 227. I mean, he's still doing a ton of damage. Thank you. Because of Goku's support. Like I said, we didn't... Even without his damage reduction, he would tank this, by the way. I mean, he is so extremely high defensively at this point. And Goku actually gets his EX Super too. And this could be very interesting, because once again, I don't know if I necessarily need his EX Super, or rather his active skill, for these phases as we continue on, but, you know, with getting that, I could use that against Gogeta, which would be very good. So we'll see exactly how it plays out. Which, by the way, the Buu Duo, once again, I haven't necessarily prioritized their stacking, so they're not nearly as high defensively as they could be, but, you know, this was sort of the best case scenario here, so. But yeah, we definitely, we win this one, and then with, you know, Monkey Gohan, I played around with the rotation, stalled it as best as I could. I actually got his intro to activate against AGL Cell, which was on turn 35. Right, so he's going to have his orb changing, as well as his support up, until turn 75, which, I mean, there's literally no way we can get to that point. After this turn, we can only go a max of 8 more turns, right? If we use all 4 turns on Gogeta and all 4 turns on Vegito, you literally can't go past that one. So I feel like, you know, things are looking pretty good here. I mean, we'll see, of course, but... Oh, and actually, that's going to take 2 supers, huh? But we're pretty close. I'm so excited. Now, the thing is, we're going to have to sort of manage this well. Because now we're against Gogeta, and we don't have either of the duos. And what I really need... So we'll have to float Gohan off once the Buu Duo get over here. Right? And the rotations actually worked out fairly well, honestly, because based off of how they're sort of situated, it shouldn't be all that difficult to set everything up as I need it. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. I think we're pretty decently set up here. Right, and then next turn, I can use the GT Duo. Right, I can use their standby, get their Spirit Bomb in. I honestly, I mean, at this point with all the stacks they have, I mean, even if they don't crit, right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for here. What it's been stacking up to. Like, everyone at this point in the fight is perfectly fine defensively, except for maybe the GT Duo versus, like, AGL Gogeta Soup, right? I actually am a bit concerned about that. I mean, we do have the Phase 2 stats support from Vegeta Trunks. That's 30%. I mean, they only have 50%. You're practically doubling their Phase 2. Not entirely, but it's pretty close, right? So they're going to get a massive boost, and then also from their own supers in return. I feel like they are going to be pretty competent defensively, but I feel like a Gogeta Super could probably kill them, honestly. But, like, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, you know, he's going to be perfectly fine. Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he's going to be perfectly fine. Right? I think we got this in the bag here. Okay, Manga Gohan, and we did get the 70%, so he's getting at least 3 supers this turn, in which he's going to do a ton of damage with those. Dude, fucking finally this mission's about to be over. Okay, man, are you kidding me? Gohan. And it was a normal, man. Yeah, this doesn't matter, though. This super literally does not matter whatsoever. We're gonna live this perfectly fine. Yep. And then Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I mean, he's not gonna do too much damage, but... I mean, he may be able to finish off the health bar here. And it's like... We're gonna use the GT Duo next turn. They're standby. And they are going to die next turn, because... I mean, even to a singular normal, they would die. And Gogeta, at least from my experience, every time I get to this point in the fight, like, he's always, like, attacking every single slot. Like, I don't think I need to be concerned How about him not attacking every slot? So we should get the Spirit Bomb. It should be pretty glorious. I'm very excited to see the damage on it. I mean, we've done 3 health bars, and you know, you guys have seen like Manga Gohan, like he's doing some pretty elite damage here, right? So if Manga Gohan could only get about 2 health bars, it's like, I guess, no, I mean about 2 health bars. Vegeta Trunks and Vegeta himself did the rest. I am very curious to see what these guys are going to get up to. So with that being said, let's do it. Let's use the standby here. I have not seen this in so long. This is crazy.
Please, everyone, lend me your energy. I can't die. Not yet.
Darn it! Please, Kakarot! I need your power! You guys...
Vegeta's last stand is such a cool moment in the series. Okay, we're at nearly 1.4 here. But we'd still die from just like a single... Like, I'm not even concerned about that. A single normal will kill us. The only question is, do I use... Oh, dude, the 11 key support is so crazy. What the hell? 110% attack, 11 key. Yeah, we're gonna do some damage this turn. I mean, the Spirit Bomb should do a ton, but at the same time, I am wondering if I should maybe use Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. Is active. I don't know if I need it, is the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, like, consider here. Because the Spirit Bomb should do a ton. Right, and even if we don't kill this turn, right, we still have Gohan next turn, even though I am going to float him off. And then we'll still have one more turn of the GT duo, and we've already done 3 health bars. I don't think I need to use Daimagoku's active. So, like, if you know, he's not the star of the show here. So if we don't need to use him, I'm not going to worry about it. And then, once again, we'll get the standby, because Vegeta will die this turn. There's no doubt about it. He's also going to get the support, though, right? I mean, that support, I feel like, is actually pretty significant. The 40% ally SA phase attack for 4 turns. The only sort of quote-unquote concern with that, 71.7. Dude, what the hell? Now I'm actually really curious what Daimagoku would have hit. Because that support, 71.7 on Vegeta Trunks. That's pretty crazy, man. Hopefully we can get some crits here. I would like, you know, some extra damage. Hit nudge nudge. Once again, though, I mean, the fact that the Spirit Bomb just, for whatever reason, like, yeah, nah, it doesn't need to do guaranteed crits, okay? That is so annoying. I don't know how much damage we're going to do, but, you know, it should not... It should have done guaranteed crits. Okay, so that's 112 there, I believe. So, I mean, obviously his stats do fall off a bit here because we don't have the, you know, 150% phase 2 attack, it's just the 50%. 89 mil, although he does get a massive boost, right? With the finish effect, so it should still do a ton of damage. And then 91.2, and keep in mind, I mean, all of these attacks here are also massively raising the attack for the turn. Yeah, and nearly 10, actually nearly 11 mil from the normal. Alright, eat this fucker.
You haven't won yet!
I can't die just yet. Not until I'm done with you. Citizens of the universe, give me all your energy. Thank you, everyone. This is it.
No way, man. So we didn't get the crit, but we did nearly, I mean, what was it, like 3 health bars there? I know 3 health bars, or was it only 2 actually? No, I think it was 3. I know that doesn't like necessarily like sound like a lot, but when you have a boss here, like AGL Gogeta, who has 2 billion HP, right? Like he has quite a bit, and also keep in mind, he also has 70% damage reduction, and this does also matter, even with like super effective against all types, I believe at least. He does have type advantage, right? So I don't know. It really sucks we didn't get the crit there, though. Seeing the crit would have been glorious, but I guess it is what it is. All right, let's. It's time. You are number 1.
Let's do it now. It's time. Prepare for the spirit bomb. Right.
Please, everyone! Please give me all the energy you can! I really need it! Thank you! Whoa! Here it is!
I'm going to buy you some time.
All right, the glorious Vegeta standby here. So with this one, we want to charge as much as possible, right? We want to get as many key spheres as possible, which, I mean, I am floating Gohan off, but he is going to be very, very helpful in that regard. Now, the only thing is, I do need to make sure I'm actually... So they're at 7.3 mil. They have guard. They don't actually need that many orbs to tank this turn, honestly. I think the best thing they can do is sort of, like, hold out this turn. I don't know, because... What orb did I even, like, rainbow orb change? Was it this very top one up there? Like, that... The singular orb? Like, I didn't want the tech to change, but we literally got, like, nothing from that. What the hell? I mean, we're also... Alright, I think my best bet is just to do this. And we'll see, maybe I'll reevaluate if Gohan doesn't get enough. So this is 6 orbs. Keep in mind, they get 11% per, so this is 66% damage reduction. They have the guard, right? And then we're also going to get the Vegeta Trunk stacks. Yeah, see, this is what I was concerned about. Hold on, let me try resetting the turn, see if I can get some better orb luck here, because this is... Like, no rainbow orb changing whatsoever is kind of bullshit. And I think if you, like, use their standby at a different slot, it does sort of work the same way as, like the sort of orb changing items do. So we're going to try that real quick. Alright, now see, that is much better here. So we changed a bunch of the orbs on the right-hand path here, which I can much more easily work with. I think it was the int key spheres is what it was, right? So then we get all these for the Buduo, right? And then we're also getting at least 8 orbs for Gohan. And already this turn, we have 23. Right? So, I don't know, I feel like, especially with their sort of condition where they change everything to the, you know, the rainbow and the physical, I feel like we should be able to gather quite a bit of orbs here, but I suppose I could be wrong. I may actually end up using the Super Saiyan 4 Goku active when he comes back on this rotation. I am actually a little concerned, I will say, after having not used it before. I don't know, we did a decent bit of damage with the Spirit Bomb, but you know, the fact that the standby, they literally do no damage. We're really going to need Gohan to lock in here. I mean, he certainly could. I hope he will. Right, because if he doesn't, we'll lose. Maybe. It's going to also depend, I suppose, on what the GT do. Like, we're going to actually need to get the crits on all the supers. It's only like 3 health bars, but once again, with a boss with 2 billion HP, 156, it's quite a bit. Okay, we crit on this one. No, don't. Fuck off. We don't have time for the normals, bro. Stop that. 167. Please, Gohan. Don't screw me, bro. Okay, and we got the hidden potential. Yeah, we should be perfectly fine then, because we're under a health bar already. Ooh, maybe not. So we didn't crit. Still, I mean, with this rotation, I feel like we should have it. And once again, we just want to go for as many orbs as possible. The more you juice up that Spirit Bog, right, it's going to be pretty crazy. I mean, we're already at 39 now. And the thing is, like, you can keep charging it. It's not like, oh, we're at 39, now it's nothing else we could do. No, it continues to charge. So, I mean, we'll see how many charge counts I can get. I think maybe, because we have next turn, because it's a 5-turn standby, right? So it's next turn, and then we'll have this turn again, and then we'll be able to finish off with the final turn. And I can just put them in, like, slot 3, make sure everyone else grabs the orbs first. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe we could get around, like, 80 charges total or something. That would be my expectation. Well, hold on, can you... I mean, we should be perfectly fine, but that's crazy. This is not the time for fucking normals, man. Don't play with me, okay? I am so far into this at this point. Alright? Don't fuck with me. And they should, honestly, even without the crit, I mean, they have 3 supers. They should have Gogeta in the bag here. Okay, but we crit on that one. Yeah, I mean, they certainly, they got it. Okay, we're on to Vegeta in just a moment here. Dude, it is crazy. Festival of Battles, man. We're at this point. We're so far in. Oh my god, man. No, we're not using it yet. Yeah, once again, I feel like just to be a little safe, I feel like I should probably use Daimogoku, because I mean, I don't know, the Buu Duo do the guaranteed crit, and with all, they have significantly more attack with all their in their passive here, and plus with all the SA phase stacks, and also, right? I mean, oh, I don't know, the orbs. I don't want to, like, not use it, and then it's like, okay, well, that was actually the wrong play, and then I lose, right? That's what I'm concerned about. I don't even know... The orb pathing does not look too good for Daimogoku here. Although, I suppose that could change by grabbing all my orbs. Okay, I think what I'll do... I think I will use it. Because I am also curious to see how much damage this does with all the SA phase stacks, so let's use it. Okay, I mean, he did nearly a health bar, which, I mean, against Vegito is actually... That's pretty good damage, I would say. But we'll see. Okay, see, this is... I mean, once again, the 30% phase 2. That's 24 mil super, though. I don't like only... I'm going to reset the turn once again. I feel like they should be fine, but I'm just trying to play as cautiously as possible here. We'll grab the physical orbs Vegeta Trunks, and then we'll grab all those tech P-squares with these guys. See, and this is much better, because we can get 7 orbs. I mean, that's 77% damage reduction with guard, with 7.3 mil defense. That's going to get increased from Vegeta Trunks as well. So, I feel like we're perfectly fine here now. Although... I do want to... We'll go with the 3 key spheres for Goku. Right, I don't want to go, like, too hard with him, because we do also need to be considerate of Gohan next turn and his sort of orb-changing ability. But I'm feeling pretty good here. I don't know. I am actually a little concerned about Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Well, actually... No, because he gets the 200%. He doesn't have it yet, and he's already at 3 point some odd mil, so he's... Yeah, no, actually, no, he's perfectly fine. So he's already at 9 mil-ish. And that's without the Vegeta Trunks Phase 2 support. And that's also without, you know, considering his 44% damage reduction and guard. he's gonna be perfectly fine. I just, once again, I do not want to fucking lose at this point, right? Like, I just, Festival of Battles, man. This event is something else, and we are so far in, and I do not want to make some fucking silly, fatal mistake and lose because of it. That would really suck, obviously. So, just trying to play as, cautiously as possible here. Super against them literally does not matter. A good thing, by the way, about the GT Spirit Bomb, actually, with, they do have the, because that was last turn, right? But, we actually, no, wait. No, because, it was last turn, because we used Daimagoku. That was really throwing me off. Or, how am I forgetting the exact turn I use it? Because I'm trying to think about the greatly raised defense. They should have those stats, right? It hasn't been that long, I don't believe, since we used that. I don't know, I'm just like so focused on not losing at this point. Like, I do want to see what these Spirit Bombs do, and we did see what the GT1 did. Once again, I mean, not having the guaranteed crit does really suck, but they still did quite a bit of damage, all things considered. But I don't think their damage is going to be even close to what the Boo Duo will put out, but I suppose it could be wrong there. See, they're only 3 point, although once again, the sort of defense from, I guess I can only go for one here. The defense from Vegeta Trunks. I feel like we should be fine. And I mean, we have so many orbs as well, right? I don't know, I'm really wanting to see what the Spirit Bomb is going to do. I feel like it's going to be some extremely impressive damage. Because, I mean, you're not meant to really, like, they don't stack attack, right? And, like, maybe, you can get Daimagoku, or, I mean, if you're running the Tag Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which I don't have, right? If you're running him, and you get a lot of those 10% EX Supers. But, like, the Vegeta Trunks, I mean, it's 5% per turn, sure, but it's literally guaranteed. And we have 2 of them. Right, so we have 5% for every single turn we are actually into the fight. Right, so all that SA phase attack, you gotta think what it's gonna do to the Spirit Bomb here. And the fact that theirs is actually a guaranteed crit. Like, this is going to be extremely impressive. Although, once again, I mean, we'll see how everything plays out, of course. The only thing... No, because we've even gotten 7 orbs from them. I was going to say, I don't know how their ability works. If it's just like 7 orbs total obtained, or if it's 7 orbs at once. But, I mean, we already got the 7 orbs. Right, so either way... In fact, it would be very easy to tell just by, like, looking at the icon next turn. I am very confident we have the guaranteed crit. If we don't, that would really nerf our damage. Plus, because, that 77% attack is a different phase. It's phase 1. Right, so I think we should have it, though. I don't see any reason to really be concerned about that. And once again, these guys, hopefully, I don't want Vegito to super them. Okay, that's huge. Listen, they probably would have been fine, but just, I don't know. At this point in the fight, dude, don't. Seriously. Where are the crits? Where are the supers, man? Don't fuck with me this far in. I mean, we should still be fine with the Boo Duo, of course, but... And we still have one more turn of attacking over here. But still, I don't know. I do not want to lose at this point in the fight, of course. Oh no, Manga Gohan's getting hit by a super. What will we ever do? Even though his raw defense is enough to tank it, right? It's just so crazy how good this guy is. He's definitely the most elite of the batch by far, not even close. Okay, so that is how it looks. I was curious how this would actually sort of play out here. And we have 70 charges with them, so what we're going to want to do is get as many charges as possible. And I'm just going to float them off. Vegeta should be fine here. And I mean, we're ready. We'll only have Fierce Battle, actually. With... Because the links do play into this, too. Right, these guys... We're missing Saiyan Warrior Race. We're gonna have Legendary Power. We're also missing Prepared for Battle. So that's a total of 15% attack, but I can't. Vegeta Trunks, they have to be slot 1. We've already made that mistake, right? So we're gonna play it out like this. We'll see what happens. Which, by the way, just to show, they do have the guaranteed crit. Let's do this. Oh wait, it didn't. There we go. Let's do this now.
Here it is! Thank you, Dragon Balls!
You fought pretty well. I'm impressed. See you around.
Yeah, fuck you, Vegito. Okay. Ah, dude, no way. That's a little unfortunate. We did quite a bit of damage to him, but not as much as I would have wanted to deal. Damn. We still did quite a bit, though. I still feel like we should be fine, but I don't know. I mean, it's 3 health bars to go, right? We should be able to win it. Yeah, I mean, that did quite a bit, but it did 2 health bars, whereas I mean, to be fair, right, I mean, we had Fierce Battle Legendary Power, I guess, but, like, we didn't have all the perfect links. You know, we weren't, like, using it with some, like, items or actives or anything. And also, I did say, I forget it, might have even been a couple of times, but that I was actually unsure and kind of leaning towards that the GT Duo one, with all of their, like, guaranteed SA phase stacks, would actually, like, in shorter fights, even, you know, normal long content besides this, I think the Z Duo will far eclipse what the GT Duo are capable of dealing, but at least in a fight like this, I don't know, I mean, it did 2 health bars, right? And then the GT Duo one did 3 health bars. And once again, these are 2 billion HP enemies with 70% damage reduction. So I don't know, a little unfortunate, but certainly not like bad or anything. Pretty damn good. Although I will say, hey Vegeta, can you actually give us some EX Supers, buddy pal? Are you no? Just you don't want to do them? Not today. What's going on here? Can I have some supers, man? Some EX Supers. No, just not at all. We're not. We don't like doing those, huh? As for fucking Vegeta, this character can be so fucking troll, man. God damn it, Vegeta, why you gotta do me like this, bro? He should be fine, but I swear if I fucking lose at this point, please, man, don't. No play, dude. He took that much? It's because he didn't want to do any fucking EX Supers. Oh my god, dude. Fuck you, Vegeta. Okay, you know what? Fuck you. Oh, dude. What a bitch. I, you know what? Like I said at the beginning, I'm not necessarily going for the win here. I just want to see what the juiced up Spirit Bombs do. And we did accomplish that goal, right? Honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is just like go into this on my own with like this exact team comp and like just win it with like items and like support memories and such. Like I'll get to 15 stones on my own at this point, dude. I mean, we were right there. We had less than 2 health bars to go. It's just Vegeta never wants to fucking perform for me. Now mine is only 55%. That is worth noting. If we're talking about, you know, if that's like a single dupe or 2 dupes or whatever Vegeta, although I think like a single dupe would actually do it, we would have lived. I am extremely confident in that. So, you know, that just goes to, oh, that's so unfortunate because I was trying so hard early in the anniversary to get a dupe of him too. But I guess it is what it is. We saw what the Z and GT duos were doing. The GT duo actually did more damage. Once again, I thought they would, but the Z duo, I mean, once again, these are 2 billion HP, 70% damage reduction enemies. When we take them into actual normal content, they will look a lot, or at least the Z duo one. But both of them should look really good. But we'll have to see. But with that being said, we're just gonna wrap things up here. I'm done with festival for now. There's a lot of other stuff to record. I'm not jumping back in. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.